This is the Mcilvaine Company covering an article that appears in the Mcilvaine Global Knowledge System and Global Decisions Orchard, and it covers both the Busch rolling mill fume control and air permits for aluminum rolling mills that are part of a uh, decisive classification and knowledge system that's available, in this case, to anyone because it's a free site. But it is an example of the comprehensive information that is included in the Mcilvaine Global Decisions Orchard. Now, what is the Decisions Orchard? It basically has a database with all these articles and webinars and so forth in it, and it is the free part of the site. There's a protected site that's even larger, but this site has many thousands of articles in it, and they're decisively classified. Uh, they're rated. The Mcilvaine has a unique way to rate all harm and good, and that's in the Sustainability Universal Rating System. There are niche experts to help explain some of the data, and there's a lot of effort going on to facilitate knowledge between China and other countries. But in this particular case, we're going to be looking at an application which is rolling mill fume exhausts. And you can get to it various different ways under scrubbers and under various different ways. But if you go into it under applications, you basically click on alumina refining and alumina production here. And it's part of an NAICS code entry system that we have. And you can do it a number of different ways, again, by processes, by alphabetical application, but here it is numerically, which is the way a lot of the information in the United States has been classified. And when you click on that alumina rolling mills, you see a number of different articles. In this particular case, there are 3 air permits which are displayed, along with 3 or four actually additional links to articles involving 2 different suppliers, one of whom is Busch. The air permits are from our industrial air plants and people, and is a very and projects, and it's a very useful tool because some of these permits are hundreds of pages in length. But if you click on that article, for instance, you see that Busch offers systems for these plants, and they have progressive purification systems. They have a mist eliminator system. In fact, you can link on it to a brochure down here directly on that. Scrubbers and thermal oxidizers and combinations thereof. So they have a range of products, depending on whether you want to destruct any of the fumes or whether you want to recover the oils for reuse. The permits are particularly useful in explaining where a company is moving to, as well as where they are, and all the pollution control equipment in the plant will be documented. But when they apply for a new permit each 5 years, they have to explain what new equipment that they will be using, and if they're expanding, they have to get a special permit such as this that explains how they will meet the new source performance standards with the new expansion. And in this case, you see that the plant already has, the Alcoa Davenport works already has Busch purifiers, but they're going to be replacing them with high efficiency PPS mist elimination units. And those will be 3 stages with droplet separators and mist eliminators, as were shown in that process flow diagram. Other information that shows up in our system, although this is not in the free site where you'll see the permit, but in the industrial plants and projects, we do have contacts at each one of the industrial facilities in the United States, as well as details on, for example, all the industrial boilers and all the other pollution control equipment. The other two articles deal with one of on hot rolling mill exhaust with an oil capture system, and another is an article about the use of a Busch system in aluminum foil mill. If you want to contact Busch or any of 40,000 other companies around the world, the OEM networking directory allows you to do that. And there's a financial entity number so that all the CECO-owned companies or subsidiaries all show up under the same financial entity number, which we've shown here. And we'll be going to the Busch link presently, but I want to point out that a company like CECO, who is acquiring new companies all the time, we're constantly updating this system. So Arding, Peerless, Zongli's, SAT, CCA are all being added to the system as we speak. When it comes to a particular company, you link on that company in that particular location, you get the contact information, but you also have a link to what products are offered at that location and where it's being reported in Mcilvaine publications. In this particular case, the Busch scrubbers are being and filters are being reported in two Mcilvaine publications, wet scrubbers and filters. And in this particular case, there is a Pittsburgh location, there's a Canadian and several others, but the contact would be Pat Ponicofer at the Pittsburgh location. This is a coverage of data that appears partially in the free site and partially in some of the protected publications of the Mcilvaine company. Thanks for your attention today.